white bread frozen dough here, and my freezer got left open so it defrosted, so I gotta make something with all of these. So the first thing I'm gonna make is sticky buns, and it's been sitting out about 4 hours defrosting. So I have some leftover melted butter here that accidentally melted instead of softened. So I'm going to put that there. Pre-mixed cinnamon and sugar. Of course, you can just sprinkle the cinnamon and sprinkle the sugar if you want. All right, just like so. And I'm going to roll up my cinnamon rolls. Got them a little too wide there. Shouldn't have got them that wide. That is okay. So we're gonna cut it in half, then in fourths, and have 8 cinnamon rolls. Do you need to talk?
Where's the cheeseburger rolls?
I'm working on it, I'm working on it. 9-inch pan here, so I'm going to spray. And then I'm making a half of a recipe. This recipe is in our Dining on a Dime cookbook, volume 2 on page 91. And I'm making a half a recipe. Now this is that famous cinnamon roll recipe that went viral. Mom's been making this for 50 years. So there's a reason why it went viral. So I'm melting my butter. All right, it's mostly melted there. And then I'm going to do 1/3 of a cup of whipping cream. And 1 cup of brown sugar. Now, if you like nuts, you can put nuts in there. My boys don't eat nuts. Okay, we're pouring that in the bottom. And it's okay if you don't get it totally mixed up. It's not gonna hurt anything. Okay, and we're putting 1 in the center. And then we're going to let these rise. I rolled them out too long. I shouldn't have made them so long, but that's okay. Okay, there we go. We're gonna let that rise, and then we will bake them. This video is brought to you by our Dining on a Dime cookbook. We have quick and easy recipes your family will love to help you get in and out of the kitchen fast. Please visit us at livingonadime.com. It's 25% off now. I'm making is calzone with the bread dough that defrosted here. Now that recipe is in our Dining on a Dime cookbook, volume 1. So we're getting it stretched out here. Okay, got my pasta sauce here, and whoops. And my seasoned salt. Make it taste good. And pepperoni. My boys like just plain pepperoni, so that's what I'm gonna do. Except I did it wrong. I didn't leave me space to fold it over. Oops. Okay, I've got my tray here, and let's see, how do I want to position this? Probably like that. Okay, lift, set it on there. Okay, now we're going to let that rise, and then we will bake it. I am making an adaptation of my cheeseburger rolls for my last recipe. Okay, so I divide this into 8. And I have my hamburger cooking in the background. I have someone leaving home and they requested cheeseburger rolls. So we're doing 7 days of cheeseburger rolls before they leave. Okay, not really, but it sounds good. Okay, get all of these just kind of into a little bit of a circle, sort of. Doesn't have to be exact. Okay, next thing I'm doing is spraying my muffin tin. Now, if you want the original recipe for cheeseburger rolls, Dining on a Dime, Volume 1. Okay, got my hamburger there, my seasoned salt. I'm not gonna drain it or anything yet because I need to get going. So before I put it in here, I'm gonna stretch it out just a little bit. Put a little bit of hamburger, then a little bit of cheese. Then I am going to seal up and make a little packet and turn it in my muffin cup just like that. Okay, now I'm gonna let these rise and then we're gonna bake them. Okay, they have risen all nice and fluffy. And I got the oven at 350 ready to bake. Now mine doesn't have a bottom heating element that's exposed, so it's not gonna get as hot, so I just go ahead and start. Can you get in here? Okay, Okay, this is the day that I discover that my oven does not bake evenly, but that is okay. We shall just forge on. Okay, so I'm gonna rub the tops with a little bit of butter and let it cool just slightly, and then we'll cut one open and see what they look like. I've never made this before. Just need to use up the dough, so I was just making it up as I go along. I do a lot of that, actually. I make a lot of stuff up as I go along. Okay, here's my calzone, sort of. It's more of just a pizza roll now instead of a cheeseburger roll. It's a pizza roll. Maybe we'll just call it pizza roll. How's that sound? All right, of course you could fill this with anything you want. So we're gonna let this cool, and then we will come cut it open. Okay, here we go. Ooh, that looks good.
Wow.
I like that. We'll see, is that a thumbnail one or is this a thumbnail one? Which one do we do thumbnail? That's a thumbnail one right there. Okay. Oh ho ho! Okay, that looks delicious. Ooh, ooh, hot, 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 hot. Oh my, it's hot. There. Yum.
You gotta have the cheeseburger roll.
Don't eat that one.
Don't eat that one?
Thumbnail.
Oh.
Okay, there we go. Yum-a-rummo. Are these cinnamon rolls. I let them get a little too poofy, but that's okay. I'll get a plate and turn them over. All right, let's give this a try. I don't know if my plate is big enough. Turn, and, ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Okay, that looks delicious. Okay, when I said I need a reaction, that's not what I mean. But okay.
Let's see if I like this or not.
Yes.
Mmm. Mmm. Mmm.
Kind of blow your diet, cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, that's gonna be real good for the diet. You're right.
Worthy?
Mm-hmm.
Yay.